So we've done the Championship predictions, now it's time for the Premier League predictions, the big one. And to stand out from all the other predictions, I am going to make some bold decisions here that are going to annoy a few fans, and I will probably get slated for it in the comments below, but I don't care. These are my predictions for this year's Premier League. Starting off with number 20, we have Aston Villa. Yes, they're making some good signings. Yes, they did survive last year, even if it was from a dodgy VAR decision. But Dean Smith is not a Premier League quality manager. He cannot manage these great players, and they are going to finish bottom this year, with Jack Grealish leaving the club in January. In 19th, and I said I was going to make some bold decisions here, I have placed Burnley. Yes, Burnley, the team that has been so solid in the Premier League for the past 5 seasons. This is going to be the year that they go down. Look, I couldn't make this prediction video boring, could I? Why, I hear you ask? Well, there was a bit of unrest at the club at the end of last season, with Sean Dyche's future uncertain, and with Tarkowski looking for an exit, clubs circling for the signature of McNeil, and interest in Nick Pope as well. The lack of recruitment from Burnley could see a slump in form, and they are looking like they could be in a relegation scrap this year. But I guess you never know with Burnley, they always seem to come good, so this prediction will probably be a load of crap. In 18th we have West Bromwich Albion, and other than sign players that they had on loan last year onto permanent deals, they've not really made any big moves in the transfer market, and I think they will struggle on their return to the Premier League, just missing out on survival in 18th place. In 17th I've placed Fulham. Most people are predicting they're going to go straight back down again after what happened last time, but I think they've learned from their mistakes. Last time they just went out and spent money, and the players weren't able to gel together. They couldn't get any kind of good form going, and they went straight back down. But this year, they've learned from their mistakes. They're recruiting smartly, and I think Scott Parker's got a good system going at this club, so I think they will survive. In 16th, we have Crystal Palace, and were it not for a couple of good signings from them, I would be predicting them to get relegated. But I do think they will just about survive. They will be in a big relegation scrap though. The bottom 5 clubs all are going to be decided by just a few points. But I think Palace have just enough quality to survive. Although I do think that Roy Hodgson could be out of a job before the end of January. In 15th we have Newcastle, and I originally made this prediction before all of the signings that they made just the other day, but I'm going to stick by it. I think the other teams around them have improved, and the players that they've brought in aren't going to bump them up that much. I think it will be another mixed bag this year, some really poor performances, but some really good performances as well. But I think they've been shaken by the whole failed takeover bid. Their star players should be enough to keep them up though. And I'm going to make another bonus prediction and go out and say that Joel Linton will get more than 5 goals this year. 14th we have Leeds United. And yes, I'm jumping on the bandwagon here. I do think they will comfortably stay up. I think Bielsa has what it takes to become a great manager, and he's created a good system here at Leeds. Some good signings too, and they will be hanging around the mid-table mark. In 13th we have Sheffield United, who are a bit of an unknown quantity this year. They surprised a lot of people last year. Some people think they might duplicate that form. Others think they're going to have the second season flump and get relegated. I think somewhere in the middle of that. I don't think they will do as well, but I don't think they'll struggle either. I think Chris Wilder has a great system there. They're very good defensively. I think they'll still be one of the best defensive teams this year. I just don't think they can finish much higher than this because they don't have enough attacking options. If they could sign a decent 10 or 15 goal a season striker, their fortunes could change though, but at the moment I am putting them in 13th. 12th I have placed West Ham, and this prediction is solely going on the idea that they keep hold of Rice and Bowen and all of these other star players, and I think they will have a better year this year, but it could be a bit stop-start. 12th is where I have put them. In 11th we have Brighton, and what Graham Potter has done with this team is he's turned it from a struggling team in the relegation battle to a strong defensive team that play some attractive football, and I think they'll kick on again this year. and be pushing for a top half finish. Some astute signings that have gone under the radar as well will really help to strengthen this team. 10th, I have Leicester City. Oh, everyone's going to hate me. We saw towards the back end of last season how much this team struggles with a couple of injuries. They couldn't really string together a good performance after the end of lockdown, and I think they will carry that form on this year. There hasn't been much of a break, so that form will still continue. Combine that with the midweek fixtures in the Europa League, and I think they'll be really testing the depth of their squad and only just scrape into the top half. 9th, we have Wolves, and this prediction is reliant on them getting a strong right-back replacement for Doherty. But then again, I wouldn't bet against Nuno, who has transformed this team into a formidable opponent in the Premier League. But I don't think they'll make it 3 7th place finishes in a row this year. In 8th, we have Everton, and although they probably do have one of the best midfields in the league now, they are still relying on Pickford in goal, so I don't think they'll do so well defensively. And with Calvert-Lewin up front, I think they'll struggle for goals as well. But they will manage to finish in 8th this year. In 7th, I have placed Southampton. Look, they said if you wanted to get views, you have to make outlandish predictions. The way Ralph Hasenhüttl has turned this team around since their 9-0 defeat to Leicester, they really have been reborn. They're playing attractive attacking football, they're stronger defensively, and I think it will be another good year for them, and they will push on to just get Europa League football this year. In 6th, we have Arsenal. And before you write down in the comments below, no, Arteta is not the second coming of Pep Guardiola. Yes, he has steadied Arsenal since he arrived. Yes, they will do better this season and they will be stronger defensively, but they just don't have the strength in their squad to compete for the Champions League. I'm putting them in 6th and I'm standing firm on that decision. 5th, we have Tottenham, and while it was close for me deciding who should be 5th between Arsenal and Tottenham, I've gone with Tottenham. I think Jose Mourinho is always much better in his second season once he starts to put his stamp on a team and create one that will play in his style. If Harry Kane can stay fit, he should be fighting for the Golden Boot once again. And I also expect that Mourinho will find a suitable backup striker for if he gets injured. They've not really spent big money this transfer window, but they have made some excellent signings to strengthen the depth of their squad, and I think they will do well this year. In 4th, we have Manchester United, who, although they have some great attacking options to choose from, still look very frail defensively, and I think that will be the downfall for them this year. Still managing a top 4 finish, but just falling off the pace of the title runners towards the end of the season. In 3rd place, I have put Liverpool, and I'm sure many Liverpool fans are predicting they're going to do back-to-back wins, but Klopp has shown a level of complacency in not strengthening again this year. I don't believe these reports that they don't have the money to spend on transfers. I'm not entirely sure what they've done with the prize money for winning the Premier League, but somehow they are claiming that they can't sign anyone. There's rumours that Thiago might be on the way, which could help shore up the midfield a little bit. But I think the hangover will carry on towards the start of this season, and they won't be able to get up enough momentum to push on and get the win again, and I think they will struggle this year in 3rd. In 2nd, I have put Chelsea, and this prediction is solely dependent on them getting a new goalkeeper. If they weren't to get a new goalkeeper and had to stick with Kepa, then I would place them down in 3rd. Unless, of course, Jadon Sancho signed for Manchester United, then I would place Chelsea down in 4th. I think a lot of people will be thinking they're going to win the league this year because of all the signings they've made, but I do think they need time to gel together and find a system that works best for them, and I think they'll just miss out finishing in 2nd. Which means in 1st I've placed Manchester City, which is a bit strange because again they've not really made any major signings, but I don't want to bet against Pep making a rebound this year. I think he'll iron out the defensive frailties and they will push on to win the league again this year. But let me know down in the comments section below how much of an idiot I am with these predictions. Let me know down below who you think will win the league. Do you think it'll be Man City? Do you think Liverpool will make it back-to-back wins? Or do you think Chelsea's signings will push them on to a title? Do you think Manchester United will be helped out by VAR again and go on to win this year? Maybe you think Jose will work his second season magic and bring Tottenham their first Premier League title. Or maybe you do think Mikel Arteta is the second coming of Jesus and will return the glory days to Arsenal somehow. But either way, let me know down below. Make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.